Where's your drink?
Uh. I don't have it today.
You don't have it today.
No.
That's great.
Anyways.
Yeah. So we finally saw Karthikeya 2. And I mean, as I said about the first Karthikeya, like I still felt that it was like a mixture of Sherlock and kind of Mission Impossible and James Bond. And even
It's more of
Indiana Jones. I was gonna say
yeah.
Indiana Jones for that matter too.
Yeah.
With that whole thing.
I guess you could say the first one was more like, I think it was more inspired from Sherlock Holmes.
It felt like it, yeah.
But this one definitely, like, you have to say it's Indiana Jones.
It was more like Indiana Jones. It even reminded me of like those Lara Croft Tomb Raider in the Uncharted games.
Yeah.
On PlayStation. And I grew up playing those, especially the Uncharted ones. It gave me that vibe for sure, because it had all the different locations, and then there was some kind of historical, mythological aspect to it, like of like kind of an objective like that revolved around the story, and I really enjoyed this because of that. But some people thought it was kind of slow. I mean, even the people when we were in the theater, like around us, said like, "Oh, it's kind of slow. It's getting boring." But I didn't. I thought it was. I was pretty engaged. I was pretty immersed into the film. I didn't mind all the dialogue. I felt it was kind of necessary to it. For me, it helped me stay engaged with the story and what was happening, and necessary, to understand what was going on and why they're going to this place or the next place to find, each object. So that's why I like that. I thought it was fun. I didn't think it was like boring or slow.
Yeah, no, the entire movie, like, I guess you could say, is really like slow overall. It takes so long for each thing to kind of like reveal almost, and I think that's what, like, it was too long of a gap for people to like connect to. It was just for us it was like, I mean, not what I mean by for us as in like for people, for the audience that really can't, or that thought it was really, this was boring, or they had a lot of hype built around it. If there wasn't no hype, if people were just like, oh yeah, you should just go watch it, it's a nice movie, like chill movie, like if they said something like that, then that's understandable. Like, you go in with so much hype and everything, and then you automatically expect a lot of shit to happen.
Right.
Shit, I said it again. Shit.
That's fine.
But
but no, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I could see people thinking with all that hype built up in them, and then they go and then it feels slow to them. Compared to probably, I'd say with what they're probably most people are used to when they see Telugu films or any Indian film like that in general. They're used to that routine kind of predictable masala musical oriented type of film.
Right.
And this was not like that at all.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say that.
But like for people, because I don't know, I think
because I mean, see, when even the actor himself said like, oh, like this movie is basically run by Krishna, or like this is kind of like the whole he basically made it really sounding super interesting. Like he just made it sound super like Lord of the Rings. You know how you get that you get that little like chill vibe. Like at the same time it's intense, but it's really chill. That's the kind of like at least to me, that's what I felt like. That's the kind of like hype he gave to it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't think it's intentional, but I'm just saying to him that's what he probably felt.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I walked in to see the movie and everything, the beginning was interesting, like the way it was going out. Okay. Yeah. The music was amazing. Like,
oh yeah, great background music.
You just feel the. But visually, or like, I guess you could say.
Visually I thought it was great too. Like really, great
visually, no, that was the wrong word for it. How do you say the progression? The progression of the movie, I guess, was just really slow. It took. It felt like to get to one place, it took forever, right? Like for example, like that in that movie. If no one has seen it, I guess I'm maybe spoiling it for you guys. where he's like, right when he goes to the Govardhanagiri, like the mountain.
Oh yeah.
And then like they and then like some people like capture him or whatever, right? Like that scene entirely could have been done something differently. Like that was just it was just unnecessary, and like it was just unrelatable to anything.
Yeah.
And then they make it so dramatic and like all that, like it just felt like so.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
bro, what
that
the hell?
part
Like,
was a little confusing.
the movie's
because
already as boring as it is.
they had that. I mean, it was kind of a detour, but if anything, I felt it just showed. What was it? I think in that part they were just trying to make a point about how, because they had the like local, what would you call him? Like kind of like a shaman figure that was trying to, heal that girl.
Oh yeah,
that was
lady.
a sister.
Yeah.
And then he comes in, with a scientific background as a doctor. He smacks him, and then just takes him in, takes her in, and then cures her. Because
no, I mean, I can understand. No, I understand. Like, of course, I see what's going on, but I'm just saying it was unrelatable. It was just it was
like
it was so unnecessary.
Like it wasn't as related to the story. The main story.
They could have probably done something else to make it more relatable.
To the main story.
To the movie, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm just using that as an example. I'm just using that as an example, not that I'm not trying to pick on that scene. I'm just, I'm just saying that just felt like, okay, can you do something now? Can you get out of here? Like, this stuff happening? Like,
can it like progress?
Yeah, can you?
Okay,
Yeah, so that's what it felt like. Like the whole movie was just like, okay, bro, let's go. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
we get it.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like. So. It was more than that. Otherwise, the movie's amazing. Actually, like the entire theme of it, the entire like the background of the movie, and like what the main intention of it is.
Yeah, I agree. And even that speech that kudos to Anupam Kher, like that speech he had about Krishna when they first met him.
Bro, that did feel amazing. That's for sure.
That,
like,
to me, that I was almost getting like, I was getting hyped up about Krishna. I don't even, I'm not even Hindu. I'm like, oh god,
great delivery. That felt amazing. Like when he was just like, it just felt like, shit's about to go down. Of course, they didn't maintain that hype, but I said it again.
It's fine. However they do, no.
Yeah, but it like what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like they made it so hyped up, like everything is so hyped, but they just didn't maintain it. And I think that's only lack of what do you call? I wouldn't say lack of time or experience. Like it was just a lack of experience in this kind of stream.
In this kind of like storytelling.
In this kind of storytelling format.
I get what you mean, but I suppose that is in particular is why I don't like watching trailers or interviews about the film before I go and see any film, because I don't want it to hype me up too much or spoil too much about it.
Right.
And then, I just went into this having seen, we saw Karthikeya 1. Yeah, and then that was all I knew. I just knew it was going to be about the same main character, same main hero, but in the future.
Right, yeah. I mean, I guess you were...
Like, I only knew
it was in the same progression almost.
Yeah, so to me, I feel like I probably had a different experience than you did without... Only knowing that stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, I didn't. The other things.
Obviously, I didn't even. I think when I watched the trailer too, I wasn't too hyped up about the trailer.
No.
Yeah, like it wasn't like that's what I'm saying. It wasn't based off of anything I saw or like listening to music of it or whatever. It was simply the fact that like throughout the movie, it just felt going. It was just going slow. Even like they were taking too long to go from one thing to the other. Like I'm not even trying to come off sounding technical, like I don't know any cinema language or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm simply.
It's not like you were sitting there with a timer, like, we've been at this place for like 15 minutes. So far.
Yeah.
And you get a nice object.
Yeah. It was nothing like that, but it was just that like I just wanted to. I mean, not that I wanted to. I was just saying like it's. It just felt super like long and draggy, and they could have even like made it like a. They could even. I feel like they could have fit. They could have fit like four songs. No way. Maybe. Now that I think about it,
maybe
I feel like the way it was is simply because they didn't have songs.
Well, they only had one song, really.
No, that's what I'm saying. Since they didn't have songs, they had to fill the. the gap.
Oh, so you okay?
I think that's. I mean,
mean.
it's not that I think, but like I'm just saying that could be the reason. They probably didn't even think about it. They probably didn't. They just thought like, okay, let's. People are used to slow motion movies, scenes anyways. But like it was just like the whole freaking movie is just all about slow motion, actions and reactions.
Yeah, there was a lot, but the fight scenes were great. I thought.
Yeah,
They were really good.
Yeah.
Cinematographer. I even wanted what's her name? I can't remember her name, but I wanted her to come in and fight as well. When
the lead actress.
Yeah, the lead actress.
Oh yeah. Anupam something.
Anupam, yeah. I wanted her to like come in when Nikhil was fighting, like the first fight he had against the guys that showed up after he dove into the water and got the first object. Yeah, like she was just standing there. I thought she was like, oh, she's gonna go in, she's gonna jump in, but she didn't. But,
she was.
I mean, I hope
she came out looking badass, but then she didn't do anything.
Yeah, she had a great badass introduction.
Yeah.
And
actually, they should have. Of course, if they had done that, then that would have been crazy.
Yeah, actually. I wanted to see them like double team against the guys like that.
Bro,
just,
that would have
been
amazing, actually.
Right?
That would have been. That would have been pretty nice.
That would have been dope. But hopefully they'll do that in the sequel. I hope that they keep her in it, because at the end of the film,
that is true. That is true. I completely forgot about it as the movie progressed. But like when she came in, it almost felt like she was gonna be like an action person. Like she was gonna be like another like it could have been like she could have probably been like the love interest person. But at the end of the day, she could have been more like a actiony kind of character.
Yeah.
Instead of just
kind of like was it Arwen in Lord of the Rings? Kind of like because she comes in. She's like badass too, though. And
yeah.
Like,
that would have been
like
amazing.
That.
Actually,
I was almost like in vibes of that when she came in. Oh, this is gonna be dope. Like, she's gonna, help him out like that and fight people. But hopefully in the next one she does. And
I mean, she's not gonna. Even if
I hope she's in the next one, because at the end of the film, they showed him and the different glimpses of him. I think in definitely Greece, and I think Rome. I only say Rome because
I think
ancient
it depends
Romans
on
borrowed a lot from ancient Greek culture. So I feel like he was in locations like that, like
probably they were
journey he was on. But he was definitely in ancient Greece. I mean, Greece at some point. I feel like they should be together. I want to see them together, like going through other different adventures about this, like similar kind of plot line. And
the one thing I feel like they should not try to do is try to solely inspired based off of like Lord of the Rings or what's the other one? Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want, like, obviously don't, because I want it to be like come off original.
Yeah.
Right? At least original to the industry rather than like, because that's I mean, for example, like this is kind of like off topic, but like that's kind of what they did for Bahubali. They basically took a bunch of scenes from like Gladiator and what do you call what are those scenes?
Lord of the Rings?
Like probably possibly Lord of the Rings too. Yeah. Like they just took a bunch of war battle scenes from them and they basically recreated them, right? So from
I definitely got Lord of the Rings vibes watching Bahubali 1.
Yeah.
But,
so I mean like it's good. I guess you could get inspired by it for sure, but like I really think they should come up with something original. That's kind of I didn't really like Bahubali for that reason. They're two horrible movies.
Oh, what?
But
Well, actually, I was just thinking something. I don't know why, but at the end when he was going up to the snakes, it's funny because they made it sort of like it felt like Indiana Jones, but that's his like biggest fear, snakes.
Oh, okay.
But then
it didn't feel original, or it didn't feel unoriginal at all. It felt that like I said, I mean, like the opening scene and towards the ending, the climax was really good too. It's just in the between. Like if you think, I guess if you point out like individual scenes, the ending was nice. I think the ending was just like that. It was the whole thing of like it connected back to the beginning. And because in the beginning he just faced one snake. Now this is like a pool of snakes.
Yeah.
So I just thought like, okay, how are you gonna do that? Like, it was super interesting that ending.
I was like, wait, is he gonna snap like a bunch of times? So we'll just walk it through.
I'm sure they really thought about that. I'm sure that's probably in there, like when they were brainstorming these scenes. They're talking about it like, making fun about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, let's have a beat with a bunch of snapping in it, and then they'll just be dancing.
And the snake starts dancing with me. No, but that scene, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Like, it almost felt like, damn, if the snakes were real, like, I wonder if I would be able to do
looked really real, though.
Yeah.
Like, the graphics for them,
that was
amazing. That's like the best graphics for, like, film in India.
One thing I wish they kind of, like, emphasized or somehow made it a bit of, or they made it a bit more, like bring into, they could have probably brought it into experience for people based on, like, the weight of these artifacts. Because when they take these artifacts, right, there is no there's no like I mean, to explain it, I guess back in the day, like this was probably like 5,000 years ago, at least at the time period that they're going for, right? It's said that, like, an average human size was about, like, 9 feet.
Oh yeah, they said
right. They didn't
reach up to that. Yeah.
Now, if someone that's like 9 foot and their average size, they should be able to pick up, like, the things that they're like, the objects that they use. The average weight of those would be at least, like, heavier than what we would use now, especially when they're made of like rock or like metals and things like that. Like that telescope that they're just like throwing it around like like it's a fucking like it's a little cardboard piece or something. Like that would have been probably easy to like 20 pounds at least, Yeah. So it just thought, like, that's that kind of weightage. Like when she goes up to climb and just picks it out of the thing, like it just felt so like it just felt like a prop basically.
Oh, okay.
It felt like a prop.
I didn't even think of that, but
yeah. No,
so you're saying that they should have made it more to scale.
I mean, I'm sure they didn't think about it. Like they didn't think because of it's. I think it's just probably it's not a. I mean, I'm not trying to be so critical about or about on their part. I'm not trying to like criticize them for no reason, but like I'm just trying to think of like back when you haven't watched this film, like this is like an old like senior NTR film, right? So in that movie, like he has to basically pick up a mace, right?
Oh, okay.
So in that mace, right? I'm sure there was a prop mace. I don't think because he doesn't have the strength to pick up a gold mace. Like mace at that time. So it had to pick up a mace, and he really picked it up as if that weighed a ton, right? I mean, I'm sure he probably would have weighed some amount, right? But he really made it, and the way he bangs it on whatever he has to beat up or whatever, break or whatever, right? So that added so much realism to the scene, right? Because I think that's like that. It like that movie. I mean, compared to now, that movie has zero effects, zero CGI. Right, compared to now. Right.
And then practical effects.
This is back in probably 60s. Right. So it was all practical effects. Right. But then they made it so like you can feel the weight of the mace just by him acting that way. Right. So because that's what they're trying to aspire to. That's what they're trying to aspire to make, and that's the reason why I'm saying it, because like if they're like they probably hopefully maybe they'll think about it next time, but like that's what it just felt like. Damn. I don't know.
Well, maybe in the sequel then it'll be hopefully more like that.
But that's something that was bothering me as the film was like, as soon as they picked up that flute or the telescope thing, ever since then I just started to like bug. Oh, that was like a perfect opportunity to show that, like, because whatever they're trying to make, right, lost its value right there. So it just felt like, damn, you worked so hard to make that, and then just so
but I mean they wouldn't have been able to run as fast carrying something that heavy, too.
Well, I mean, but
especially
the thing is,
to pick it up with one hand.
No, but that's part of the movie. That's what would have made the thing more like interesting, from their perspective, because I mean they already spent so much time and effort into it. they just missed that one little detail. I think if they really just thought of that one little detail, then that would have like, you know, that would have
that would have changed a lot of what would happen.
Yeah, and probably would have made the movie way more interesting and way more like
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it would be done if they
added I know
one
that's
little
what
detail.
But it's because they didn't say that they didn't say this is just a movie that we made out of what do you call we didn't make this movie simply just because we wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like he said it felt like Krishna drove the film. So and that's what I'm saying. When they put that kind of devotion towards the project, I feel like that's the reason why I'm kind of like putting it out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to hold back on it.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
But that's probably why you're so hyped.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear him.
I
heard him say anything about that.
No, I watched the interview. That's why. In the interview, he said it specifically. And almost like every single interview, I saw like 2 or 3 interviews. Every single interview he said that.
Oh.
So I was just like from that, but I'm not like from that perspective. I'm trying to like I guess I'm just trying to like kind of put my 2 cents in it.
You're just trying to like keep it true to that. What he had said and intended for the film. Yeah.
It would have just like because that one little aspect of like having that weight because now he has to pick it up and carry it to the mountain, right? He has to pick it up and put it in the statue, right? Like so it just felt like it felt like they were playing with toys instead of like artifacts. That's basically what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're artifacts at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if you find it, if you create it, like you're essentially creating an artifact. So, so I thought it was just interesting. Yeah, I got this movie was like super like I was actually pretty like excited to see the film and like throughout the film, so that's why I was just like shit, like I can make it going, like what are gonna happen next, but then they're just doing it so slow and
I mean I remember when they had the intermission, I was like, dang, it's already like
halfway,
is it like I remember that when that happened.
It almost felt like I forgot the entire film.
Yeah, because no, they did it. They had the intermission. I don't know. It had to be everywhere, right? Because then we had it. And they didn't even find they had like 2 more objects to find, right? I think they didn't even find one.
They didn't find anything.
Yeah, they didn't find any of them.
No, I think they did. I don't know. I thought they.
Yeah, no. He dove into the water and then he got it, and then the fight, and then it was like an intermission, I think.
Oh, okay.
That.
Or that could
like, there's 2 more. Like
that could have been like that could have probably just been the theater too. Probably depends. I don't know if it's a real intermission now that I think because it felt too soon.
Yeah, it did.
It just felt like nothing happened.
It felt like it was just getting started.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was still also a little bit surprised that we even had an intermission because all the other like films I've gone to for Indian films, like they'll have the intermission pop up, but then they won't actually have an intermission.
Oh yeah,
they'll just keep playing.
Wait, did we go to a movie in North Carolina?
Yeah. And they didn't have one.
Yeah. And I was telling you, I was like,
that's why I'm like, yeah. And you're like, oh no, they do it for some of them, and I'm like, well, why didn't they do it here? I don't know. But so I mean, I was kind of glad because I had to use the bathroom too. But like, it was so quick with that. So who knows? Maybe it's different over there in India when they had their intermission.
Yeah. But I mean, people are still excited about the movie, which is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Because it's at the end of the day, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
The only thing, the progression of it was slow. That's the only issue, and I mean,
I feel like I didn't really notice it that much because, I don't think I did. Even if I did, I don't think it would have bothered me that much because I grew up watching films kind of with this setup. Like Indiana Jones or Lord of the Rings and stuff, where they have these like long, drawn out journeys and there's a lot of dialogue and it's not, I don't know, there isn't any songs like to interrupt in the middle of anything. So to me it was like normal, like I guess. Like, I can relate to it in that way. So I mean, I'm used to that and I enjoy it. But I could see why, people that aren't used to it, then they'll be like, oh, why is there so much talking and this and that. Yeah. Otherwise, I still really liked it, and I really liked how they connected, like the Indian, like they had like the Indian like backstory, mythological facts about everything with ancient Greece.
Oh, the animation. We
The
talk about
animation
animation,
too.
bro.
Yeah, the animation though.
The animation was
I thought that was really
nice.
neat.
Yeah.
I was like thinking when they first played it, I was like, they probably might have done this because of COVID. Like they couldn't do it live action, so they're like, oh, let's do animation instead. But it was good. It was really good. I was thinking like that was a smart idea. If that was the reason why they did it, even I thought that was great.
Yeah, they probably had all the animation done throughout.
I thought it was
the animation was really good.
Yeah,
because it was so smooth. It wasn't like freaking like I don't know like it didn't come off like because I've seen like few animations in the past few years.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't. It was just compared to all of them so far. Just this felt like it's super nice.
Yeah, I liked it.
It felt like almost like when you play PUBG or like when you play.
Well, you're playing a video game,
or like PUBG. Like I'm saying, recent video games. I'm not talking about
like Batman.
Or like Batman. Yeah, the Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Right. The Apex.
Assassin's Creed.
Apex Legends.
Actually, a little bit like that.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah. Assassin's Creed. Actually, that's actually a really good one because it really because
they would show like the different parts of
too,
like in India, and then they would show like in Greece, and like I love that connection that they made because I loved learning about ancient Greece when I was like in middle school, high school.
Yeah, because your ancestors are essentially probably from there.
Probably,
most likely.
Yeah, there's some facts. There's a fact like everyone with blue eyes shares the same ancestor from around like the Mediterranean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're saying every single person that has
blue eyes, they can all be traced back to like one guy.
Oh,
from
wow.
the Mediterranean around
that's
there.
Crazy.
So
maybe not one guy, probably like a few, like almost like a.
Well, no, I mean the fact is like they say it's
community.
It always states one man as like that it traces back to.
They but then I
gotta it's gotta be more. Probably.
It's never one person.
But yeah, so that's the thing. But yeah, I loved always about that like because I always saw. I think that's definitely one of the many reasons why I got fascinated with Indian culture because I saw so many things in common it had with ancient Greece and like the kind of even just like the gods they had and with the whole backstory about how like broad it was and it was like a completely almost different universe, different world. I always felt like it was from another world really, and I always was fascinated by that, but so I love that they connected the two in this, and I can't wait to see more of that in the sequel. And like I said, at the end, they show glimpses of him. He had to have been in like maybe Rome, definitely Greece though. So I hope they shoot it.
But I think like that. One of the things I had one of the things that I thought like I remember I don't know as soon as I came out of the theater or when we were watching it or something. I really thought they could have just went to Greece or something. Like
I thought they were going to. In the film,
They could have like really made it like maybe they didn't have the budget though. Maybe they didn't have the budget.
Maybe and because of COVID, who knows? Yeah, because maybe they would have gone to Greece because of those scenes that they had animated. Like maybe they would have done some more shots there, and actually gotten actors and to dress up in that time period and everything. Reenact it just for that flashback scene or those flashback scenes.
But no, the animation was like, it felt like it was one of the best animations I've seen.
Yeah, it was good.
Being like someone that's into like animating and anime and animating all that stuff, like I was really blown away with it. Like I haven't seen like when you see cartoons or like our animated films, you really see only silly things that are made. You never see like. Or like you play video games with it, but like you don't see anything that's just what do you call it? Like storytelling almost. Mm-hmm. Like you're telling a true like actual story that has a lot of weight, that has a lot of emotion in it. Mm-hmm. It's not nothing's just simply silly or something. It really had a lot of, especially like the Krishna's or not character, but like the
what. Like the animated figure.
The animated figure. Yeah. Man, that was really nice.
Yeah.
It had super high quality. It was just
he looked really detailed too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because I one of the like in the last few years there are tons of movies that did it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the animation. They literally came off like San Andreas, like from like what was that?
From more than a decade ago.
More than a decade ago, like what is GTA? What was before San Andreas?
Was it GTA 3 or 4?
Yeah, GTA. San Andreas, I think 5. So San Andreas was like 3 or something, right?
Yeah,
3 or 4, but like
before
that,
probably like around 2005.
Yeah. It's super old, but like, but then the movies were recent, but like the animation was like,
okay, that's how they had that quality.
That's the quality, and
it
was just like, dang.
Hmm.
But then they had all COVID to do, and I feel like the last climax scene when he's in the cave with all the snakes and everything.
Yeah,
that place was super. Like they probably put all of their effort on making
that could have taken more than a month at least.
Yeah,
because the snakes will
more than easily, like I would say 3 months or 4 months just to make that scene to easily.
To look so realistic and believable. Because those snakes, man, like that's the best animation I've seen in any Indian film. Like I think it almost tops like Bahubali.
Yeah,
1 and 2.
For sure, definitely.
Because as soon as I saw the snakes, even the very first snake they showed in the film,
I
was like, compared to Karthikeya 1, like I was like, bro, we're like, because I felt just showing that it was like a good foreshadowing of like what's to come. Like, yo, this is gonna be a great quality, great story like coming your way. Like I was just like, oh my god, they really went all in on this.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and of course, in that scene, they definitely did. So,
the first snake. And then even the last scene, that was
I mean, with that first snake, when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, you knew this was like gonna be like a really good production level and like a great story.
Yeah. It was, especially it was just super intense, super like when he walks onto the bridge with like full of snakes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the scene that gave me like goosebumps was when the snake like goes around his foot, like when he's on the thing, and then like the snake slowly just crawling. I was just like, dang, that's like, because I love snakes. I'm a huge snake lover.
Yeah, I like snakes too.
So it's like, dang, it just felt like, damn, if those snakes were actually real and my leg was actually there, it was like going around my leg like that.
Yeah,
you know.
I can't imagine how long it must have taken them to make that one scene.
Yeah, but it's nuts.
Yeah.
So but definitely the movie. Definitely people should go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely like experience that. It's still a good experience.
Yeah.
So it was really an amazing experience overall.
Yeah. And hopefully it's just like the start of something with more to come on the way.
Yeah.
And which is what it felt like for sure.
Yeah.
So, I can't wait to see the next one. Hoping that there is going to be.
Hopefully they keep it up.
Yeah.
Hopefully they they don't feel like, oh, this didn't really do go well, or go well as much as they wanted it to go. Maybe that always happens. That's what's happening with DC now. They're trying to figure out. It's all in the conversation.
Yeah, they're trying to reset DC, but that's a whole other thing. So.
But hopefully they don't do that. Like, they stick to. They don't have to worry about no corporation telling them what to do.
Yeah,
it's their shit. Like they can do whatever they want. So
who knows? They end up collabing with them with Superman and Karthikeya.
No, that would actually be a disgrace if they did that. That would actually be I think that's the worst. If anyone just tries to combine like American superheroes with this, I don't even think I want to be like witnessing that. Like, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to.
Just imagine Superman coming in when they're like all afraid of the snakes. He's like, oh, he just like flies right over. It bites him. He's like throws it away.
Yeah. No. Or like Batman comes and just I don't know. What's that called?
Just use his grappling hook to get it all across the snakes. It's like, there you go.
That would have been just no, can't.
Okay.
Like they're great. Like the American superheroes are great.
Yeah.
But they're fiction. They're not real.
Yeah.
Like they don't exist. So I mean, not that these characters exist, but like the characters they're representing in the movie are are real. So you don't want to. Yeah, they just no. So.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, we're peacing out.
Yeah.
The conversation's getting it's just getting worse.
Well, if you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what other films you think we should review, and stay tuned for the next one. Have a great day or
Peace
night.
out.
Arrivederci.